It's the way you do your hair at the end for me. It's the way you do. It's the way you be like.
Wait, I almost want to see. Can we play that back?
Oh no, bitch! We're not gonna play that back. We're not gonna play that back. We are not gonna play that back. You better watch the replay, bitch. We already done had their asses waiting for an hour already. Okay, now first of all, before we even get into tonight's guest, let me let y'all know something. So an hour before not even an hour, less than an hour before we were supposed to go live, Xfinity started fucking with me. Let's just make that clear. Xfinity just went out and everything else, and they're still out. I'm going live based off of my damn hotspot on my phone. So that's how I'm going out right now. And I'm on my mama laptop, and so we try to make it do what it do, because fucking with Xfinity, we would have to push the show back to tomorrow, to be honest. Okay? That's what we would have to do fucking with them. But however,
we're gonna be able to do that,
listen, okay. So no, we won't, because we've been looking forward. Listen, we've been looking forward to this particular episode of the Prelude, because this is something that's been in the works for me and Jamar for a mighty long time now, and we finally got it done because we finally did what we needed to do, and we finally made this reconnection like we wanted to. So we're about to get into our guest of honor. Okay, now this is someone that we have known since 2013. 2013. That's how long we've known him. Yeah, it's been that long. It's been that long. Since 2013, okay? So
damn decade.
Almost a decade, right? We have been cool for a long time, but there was like some things that happened that kind of, shifted us in different directions, and we are going to be here to talk about all of it, how we came together and all of this, how we came back together and all of this stuff. Because like I said, this is something that has been weighing down on me and Jamar. We've been wanting to have him on our show since we started this show, okay? And now he's finally here, okay? So without any further ado, let's get into our guest of honor, and that is our boy Adrian Expressions. What's going on?
What's up?
Listen, it's still surreal.
I know.
It's still surreal, right? It's still surreal.
So long. It's been so long.
Right.
It was going to happen. It was bound to happen.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
We were going to find a way.
Yeah.
On this show.
Listen, because me and Jamar had been talking about it for a while. Even before. It was before we even did this, because we were going to do a podcast. That was the original plan, was a podcast. Right.
Okay.
And then COVID happened. Jamar did not know what his job was going to do to him. Like, he thought he was going to, because they was laying people off left and right at his job, okay? And he didn't know if he was going to have his part of the finances or nothing like that. So I said, well, why not just do a YouTube show and just work it out that way? Yeah. And we've done that. And, it's been going good for us. You know what I'm saying? And then, because we started getting into a whole lot of other things, the whole plan for a podcast has been put on the back burner right now, because we're not even going to have no time to really sit there and do no podcast.
That's true. I mean, I consider this to be almost like a visual, podcast, It's like the same thing, but to me, it's just more fun because you get to see,
Right. You get to see everybody's interactions and stuff like that. What you saying, Jamar?
It was the name of it, though. This was literally a placeholder. That's why it was only called
the Prelude.
It's supposed to be the preface to the main shit we were supposed to do.
But it's cute. The name is very cute. Like, the Prelude is
it just never became anything else, so we just stuck with it. And now that's what people know it for. So now we can't
get rid of it now. I mean,
I love it. Great to have you here, friend. So, but for those that just may not be familiar, from your own words, tell us a little bit of who you are, what kind of content you create, and just kind of introduce yourself to the people.
Well, My name is Adrian, or Adrian Expression, as you can see. I don't know. I make a lot of stuff. I'm on YouTube, where I talk about pop culture, a lot of like social issues I will talk about. I make music, which you can just stream. Search Adrian Expression on the streaming platform. I have a podcast on Patreon. I have a podcast with my friends. Like I just do a lot of stuff. I feel like if you're a content creator, you in general, like we do a lot of shit. Like, even sometimes the things that you don't even realize that you're fucking doing, like if you're editing a picture, you're a graphic designer, like you know what I mean? Like,
all around us right now.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what I do. Music, talking, run my mouth, can't stop talking. That's really what it is.
And I mean, it's cute too. We was playing something. We met up in the car. I said, "Oh, this is
right." Like he can actually rap down. Okay. Period.
I don't know how much I don't know how you feel about this person. I hate to compare it to you somebody that you don't like. But as far as like attitude and delivery, it gives me like a dash of Azealia Banks type of tease with a little bit of Swasey Santana flair up in there. It's very cute. It's very, very kind.
Like, I feel like all the people that you mentioned are definitely lyrically talented, you know, if not like definitely. So I will take that. Let me take my bow. Let me take my bow. Thank you, though.
Absolutely. See, the Miss Bay thing. No, I agree. Adrian has bars. So somebody.
Oh, thank you. You know.
They know what it gives now. They know what it gives. Period. Okay. So
in the building. They make my nails. Shout out to you, boo.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
I give her some time.
Okay, make them nails. Make them nails. Okay. So where should we even start with this? Because it's like, you know,
it's so much because this is like a decade turn of events. Yeah, we want to be very delicate.
Right.
So I guess we sort of met roughly around the same time. Really, the three of us kind of found out about each other's existence
at the same time.
It was the golden age of YouTube. The golden age.
Wow.
Talk
remember that shit?
The hood rat holes of Atlanta on VH1. Performances of our favorite artists at award shows. If y'all did not know, Adrian is a very big Beyonce fan.
Yes. Oh God, if you don't know that, you living under a rock, child.
The OG Adrian was definitely doing a lot. I was doing a lot. It was a lot.
You know what? We were young.
That's true.
We were. Oh, we were.
We were.
I was like 22, 23 at the time.
I think I might have been like 21-ish.
I may have been 23 or 24.
Somewhere, yeah. And that was during the height of like Stan Twitter and all that old mess. Girl.
I was so different. I mean, I think the core of who I am has remained the same, but like you just grow. I'm not fucking 21 anymore. You know what I mean? Like you just grow as a human being. And so looking back, it's like, damn, like some things I'm like, okay, good job. Other things I'm like,
Listen, I don't even like watching my old videos.
Listen. Sometimes I was like, you know what, bitch, that was funny.
Yeah. Child, I was so damn angry and upset at everybody and just didn't give a fuck how I came on camera. Like I never really dressed up or nothing, just looked a mess.
Old Scotty was very tank top and gold chain in the back.
Listen, okay.
I was definitely sneaker wedge and glitter.
It was crazy because when we and Adrian first saw each other downstairs when I picked her up, whatever I visualized in my mind is what I saw.
Yeah.
I was like, she's going to have something leather, something black, something tight.
I look back at the picture that we took. I was like, why was my ass in leather in fucking 90-degree fucking weather, bitch?
But what's real funny about that picture is that in the background, somebody got a repent sign behind us.
Yes, bitch.
That's the funny thing about that picture.
Girl,
I remember they was repent. I was like, girl, let's take a picture.
Why are you here?
Okay.
Right. Well, you know that's where the gays be at. Like, why you here, girl?
We are minding our black gay business.
Okay. Just screaming and shouting. Hate to see
That's why
it.
every time they come around, my friends be like, girl, somebody just go in there and start sucking dick.
Which I wanted to twerk. I wanted somebody to play Saucy Santana so I could motherfucker twerk in front of their ass, bitch.
Listen, and I was gonna record that shit too. You already know what it was.
But we ended up walking past their ass. Like, bitch, not even worth it. Bye.
I said something to them when we walked past. I said, well, I don't know. I forgot what I said. I said, girl, don't give a fuck about that shit. Something I said.
Didn't they ask us a question?
No, they were. I mean, I can't even remember. I'm sure they were posing many questions because he had a mic, I think, or
he did. He was having a whole sermon out there, and we didn't give him not one damn.
Not a fuck. He was like, I can't do nothing without him. I was like, damn, it sounds like a codependent relationship. You can't do nothing without him.
Oh God! Oh, for those that are watching, after y'all are done watching this, go to my YouTube channel. I know she does. You know, I ain't used her in a while. But if you go to my channel and search for All I Want to Know Is Why collab, you will see the three of us do. I don't know where that idea came from.
Oh Lord! Oh my God!
Watch it because you get to see us back in late 2015.
Oh
yeah, it's great stuff. Open a new tab. Keep this one open. Open a new tab and go over there and get your life afterwards.
I remember when we were like, "Oh, we finna do it." We did it though.
Like, we really did. We really did. Like, because back then it wasn't that easy to collaborate with people. Like, you had to be in the same room with people to collaborate with them back then. Now you can just get on here and do it like this or whatever. Like, or just get on Instagram and go live with somebody. But back then, it was like we always would talk about doing something. Right. Like, you would have to travel in order to collaborate with somebody. Now you don't even have to do none of that.
Yeah, now they got all these apps and shit. And it's like, okay, that's definitely helpful. It would have helped me in 2015.
I'm telling you.
How exciting it was to see like two people that you are fans of be like sitting next to each other.
Right, exactly.
It was just like, wow, that like really back then was just, it was a different kind of, it was a different world. It was a different world.
But to me, I feel like it was better back then.
Oh yeah, the algorithm was actually good and trying to boost people up evenly.
I will agree with you. A lot of things. I don't think I'm happy that I evolved. A lot of things were definitely easier to do and better back then. I agree with you. Like
yeah,
algorithm stuff. Now it's just like, all right, girl, unless you doing something absolutely crazy or you cat videos or some shit, YouTube's gonna be like, all right, girl, that's really cute. That's really cute that you did something, that you thought you did something.
I knew the issue when it was like the huge Caucasian 14 million subscriber girls were like, I'm losing views. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh.
And then that adpocalypse shit when the top girls was saying that their shit was fucked up, I was like, oh, okay. yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Exactly. It's like, oh, okay. Like, okay, if they finna get hit, I know
I'm saying. These girls are millions of motherfucking subscribers getting hit.
And so, since we're all considered like veteran YouTubers, like both of us, we have at least a decade in the game at this point. So,
which is still weird to me
to even think about. It's just like, huh?
We are old, bitch. Okay?
Listen, it's giving senior citizens on the internet. That's what it's.
We remember what the dial-up sound is. Okay, we know that.
Girl.
So, do y'all feel like just what do I want to call it? What word do I want to use? I don't know if I want to use culture, atmosphere, energy, or whatever of YouTube is so much more crabs in a barrel type of tea today as compared to what it was before. Because if you remember, like early 2013, 14, when we would talk about, say, like the same show, because a lot of us would usually talk about the same shit. We just do it in our own ways. We would do what we do, and then we would literally watch everybody else's stuff, talk about everybody else's stuff, so, you know, subscribe here, there, everywhere, blah, 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 blah. Now, shit.
It's a competition for everybody now. You know, back then it wasn't like that. Back then it wasn't like that. Like we used to support each other a lot back then. Like, you know, everybody shouted everybody out back then. Because I know people shouted me out a lot back then. But now it's like you can't shout nobody out now because they doing the same shit I'm doing. Like they my competitor. I can't shout them out. I can't get them no shine and blah 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 blah. So
and to me, it ties back into the point you made about the point Jamar made about the algorithm. You know, it's just like we don't have time for that shit. We need to encourage each other. Period. Like,
right.
We don't have time for none of that crazy stupid shit. Like we need to like come up together. We need to make sure we good together. Like, you know,
because we all we got, really.
Period.
Really.
This social, like you said, algorithm, social media game. They very much they prioritize different shit. You know, they just do. So yeah, I completely agree with that.
Because Black creators are already getting hit. And then Black queer creators?
Exactly, bitch.
Listen.
It's over. It's over.
Could care less. Unless you're one of the girls that's like, you know, with the...
I was like, what's he talking about? What's he talking about?
You know who I'm talking about. Y'all know
what I sure do.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, y'all know what we're talking about. But to think back at, we're gonna time travel, right? We're gonna time travel.
Okay.
All right. So picture it.
The way I already know this is going, I'm just like about to scream.
I couldn't resist. So there was almost a time where what me and Scotty would have included Adrian and a fourth.
Yeah.
yeah, it would have.
Because we were in discussion. I remember I was in my Houston apartment. It was like sometime towards the evening, and the four of us were on the phone, and we was like, you know what? Because we're all doing our individual thing. We should do, because like I think what was that platform called at the time?
Was it Blog Talk?
Blog TV.
Blog TV.
Blog TV, and like you stream that.
Oh my God, we are senior citizens.
Yes. Yeah, we are. Okay.
All of that was like the it shit. We was like, we should start our own shit with the four of us. It could be like, you know, the Black Gay View or whatever it was that we called it. And I was like, this shit is gonna be dope as fuck. Because I think at the time, now actually, I'm gonna drop some tears, some shit that I never talked about. I think it was roughly around that time when I was we were just discovering Adrian. I don't feel like until me and Adrian did that collab, I did not think that Adrian fucked with me like that. I had no, based on absolutely nothing.
Oh,
but I was just like, I just didn't know.
I also feel like sometimes, I don't know. I feel like sometimes when people meet me, they expect me to immediately be like how I am in my videos. Sometimes I am, but I feel like in general, as a person, I can be kind of reserved, if that makes any sense. Until it takes a slow burn with me. But once you're there, you know. But I can understand what you mean, because some people have told me that it's like, are we good? Like you okay? I'm like, nah. I just get rest in bitch face. Like,
me too.
So, and I think as content creators, people can attest to like people when they meet you, they feel like you're going to be exactly what they see on screen all the time. When in reality, a lot of us, especially once we've done it for so long, like once the camera comes on and we start, it's like a switch.
I'm gonna keep it going. It's like especially like on a live stream, it's just like you going. But I feel like I think that is true. And also what people are seeing is just like 10, 15, 20 edited minutes of your life, you know, or of how you present yourself. So yeah, if I'm talking with my friends, there might be many moments where I may talk like how I talk in my YouTube videos, but I'm not going to do that shit in every single sentence that I say, you know. You know.
And at that time in 2014, you know, we were getting to know each other. We were great friends, the four of us. Now, there were some events that occurred.
There were some, and now there were three. Dun, dun.
Oh my God. You are a mess.
Sorry.
That was a good one. I want to see like what y'all's recollection of those events were, because I feel like there's really three different angles that which we approach this. We had the same things happen, but we had three different perspectives. Because
for me, it was just like, because we had talked about this at brunch, remember? Because like we were just starting, we were just in the beginning stages of getting to know each other. After all that shit happened, I was just like, I don't know, like, should I keep my distance? Like, should I chill? Like, I don't know. But we, like, you know, we would still fuck with each other on social media a little bit. We was retweeting and shit. But I just understood how tumultuous that shit was. And because of my blind spots while I was in a situation, I felt like I just wanted to make sure that I'm approaching people, you know what I mean, with a full understanding.
Right.
If that makes sense.
I get it. No, we get it.
And not step on nobody's toes, especially because the reason why I left the situation, or the situation happened like that, is because there were certain things happening that I did not understand, or I was blind to, or I was just like tunnel vision. So I didn't want to carry that same attitude to a new chapter. You know, I wanted to be careful. That's my thing. I just was cautious.
Yeah, because it just seems like, and I think we could all agree when I say this, but it's like when certain things happen, it was four, and then it split in half, and it was
yes.
me and Jamar, and then you and the other person.
Yeah.
So it became like a two. It was a even split, two over here, two over there. Like that's pretty much what it was.
Exactly.
So it was like after certain things happened, I was just like, because we were, like you said just now, we were just really beginning to like really build our relationship on our own. And then that stuff began to happen, and it kind of put a damper on everything. Because I remember I was telling Jamar earlier that when we was discussing, tonight's show or whatever, I was like, I remember someone had passed away that was close to me. And Adrian had reached out to me, and was trying to see if I was okay. This was before the split happened. This is before that happened. Things were weird, but this is before the split happened. And you had reached out to me, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe he really does fuck with me. But then the split happened, and then it was kind of like, how do we?
When do we become?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it made it so jarring. Hold on, wait, because that's
Wait, did Adrian ask why he had on leather? Yeah, he was Jamaican. That's true.
But the reason why I think like that was it felt so jarring is because, Adrian, if you remember that first blackout, that's when we met for the first time, and it was such good energy in the room. Everybody was getting along that didn't initially get along, and the event went really great. And so we're just like, we're walking into a new chapter. Scotty couldn't make it. Things happen, whatever. But I'm like, okay, I get to meet Adrian in person. I get to meet Redacted in person, and it was just this whole thing. And then the following months, when that person started to just collide with everybody else that was a part of the blackout. And it just gave this hard line, a hard stop of just like, no. And because when Adrian was cool with that person, it was kind of like, we still like Adrian.
Right.
Yeah.
Understand that we're not going to tell him he grown. We can't tell him who and who not to like to pick a side. You know, this is not high school. And so we just kind of left it alone, at least because Scotty and I weren't really a part of the whole initial separation that was going on between Redacted and the rest of the Blackout crew. And so when they threw their events and they were doing their thing and we were doing our thing on the other side, we're just like, okay, cool. We don't really need him, but we still like Adrian. But we felt like we couldn't reach out at that time because it was very.
Yeah, I think that the way that this happened is the best way that it could have happened. And the reason I say that is because there was just I don't. When I was that age, I was not a full individual. I was not a full individual. I was taking cues from other people, and I should have been taking it from myself. I didn't trust myself in the way that I do now. So I think I needed that time to grow and realize what energies I needed around me and what, because you could talk to you fucking blue in the face to somebody about, oh, bitch, that person ain't good. That person ain't good. But a lot of times the person has to experience that shit for themselves, you know? And once they do, they're able to be like, all right, like, I get it now, you know, but I was just in a completely different mind frame and was also accepting things, treatment that I just, is impossible for me to do now. So, which I'm happy that I grew, but it's always uncomfortable. I think that's like life. It's going to always be uncomfortable to watch like the metamorphosis happen. To be like, damn.
Yeah, because it was crazy. Because for us, you know, it was like, well, you know, Adrian still, I was like, well, Adrian still follows me on Twitter. He still follows me on Facebook, all of that stuff. So I guess it was just a big question mark. Yeah. We really just did not know, honestly. We just didn't. And so I remember when things, like, it was years that went by, like maybe about 2 years ago when me and Jamar was first talking about like doing a podcast and stuff like that. And we were saying like, we want Adrian to be a guest, but then I was like, but would he really do that? And then it's just like, you know, then I was saying like, if we want to work with Adrian on something, I feel like we need to have a conversation first before we do it, because it's been so many years and we didn't know how you felt about us. So it was kind of like,
I
understand. And then, you know, I was like, when you would do something, I share it on Twitter. I share it on my YouTube community wall and things of that nature. Like, I still support the things that you did, because that's just, because if I fuck with somebody, I fuck with them. But it was just that we were just in a weird place. So it was just like, even then, like, people would ask us, would y'all work with Adrian? And we would be like, yeah, we would, but we don't know if we can.
I remember specifically, it was 2016 because I was working at a specific job and I was walking back to my car. This was maybe the fall or winter after Armageddon. And I had his name there and I was going to press call. I'm like, nah, I don't think I should. And me and Scotty talked about this as the years sort of went on, and we, you know, watching y'all do, because you know, y'all did have extra projects afterwards, the years following, and I'm like, I feel like, I mean, they're still solid now, but Scotty, if you remember, I was like, I feel like one day, I can't help but feel like one day, because Adrian feels too much like us, and if he did what he did to us, it's only a matter of time before he does it to Adrian. And then when it did happen, I remember it was like in I was living in LA at the time, and Scotty told me about that interview.
Yeah.
I was like, it's happened.
It's so interesting because the more mature I got, as the years went by, and the older I got, and when I saw what, you know, You see what someone does to other people, and your eyes are finally open. You're like, oh shit, that's gonna be me. It's gonna happen to me. it's definitely gonna happen to me. You know, and I was just waiting for the time, and I also was just like, damn, how do I maneuver out of this shit? And then shit blew up, and I was like, I'm taking it. This is the chance that I can fucking use to get the fuck out of here. I'm taking it, you know. But like I said, when you're younger, things just seem fucking different. They seem different. When you're older, you're like, oh, bitch.
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, like we really just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like we really, it's just one of those things where it's like you want to reach out, but then you don't know if you should, and then you want to reach out, but you're afraid that they're not gonna be responsive or anything like that. So it was just like we was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So
I was the same way. I was like, child. Especially like I said, because like knowing what I experienced, and knowing the type of person that person was, it was just like, okay, you know, what does that mean? How did that translate when they were cool? What does that mean? You know what I mean? How does that? It was just like I felt the same way y'all did, just probably in a different kind of way, but it was the same general idea, you know, where I'm like, all right, like they definitely cool as fuck. I'm like,
yeah, like you was just in a place where you didn't know what to do. Like you didn't know whether you're like.
It's crazy. It was crazy.
So you know, what's that, Jamar?
I'll say it was very frustrating because it was like that situation honestly had nothing to do with the three of us. Truly, it truly had nothing to do with the three of us. It had to deal with Redacted and a group of other people that we liked.
That's true.
And we were trying to just be as respectful of whatever the relationship that y'all had
as possible.
Whenever it was over, it's like, okay,
how do we approach this?
What is his view of us? Like, what is the last thing that he remembers about us? Is it negative?
Nah, y'all was cool as fuck. That's what I remember.
You know,
I remember. But I mean,
like we really just
as that was, it shows why we are so chill together is because like we have that consideration. Like as uncomfortable and as distant as it was, if we didn't respect each other's emotions, we would have just did whatever we felt like doing instead of like asking questions, approaching. And I think that's a good trait to have. Like, and that's why we cool. Like,
and then you know when the day of your birthday, I was at work and I had wished you a happy birthday, and then I didn't think you was gonna respond at all. Like,
I'm thinking it. I was like, "What's up? Hey, hi."
Like, I didn't expect for you to be, you know, I didn't expect you to respond to me at all. And then when you did, I'm like, wait a minute, he responded. And so I was coming to Atlanta that weekend anyway. And I was just like, you know what? This might be the opportunity to, you know, to for us to just really sit down and try to, you know, just to hang out and just talk or whatever, because, you know, just to see where everybody's heads at, because, you know, we haven't really spoken to each other in years, so we really don't know, you know, how he feels about us right now. So I remember telling, soon as I said, you know what, just DM me. So Adrian DM'd me, and then we talked, and then I said, fuck that, I'm finna go on my break. So just call me, and I gave him my number. And then when he called me, his name popped up on my phone. So I never deleted Adrian's number, and he never deleted mine.
No,
so it's just like, you know, so we was on the phone, and it was just emotional as fuck when we was on that phone, just talking and stuff, and just catching up and things of that nature. Like, it wasn't on no malicious stuff. Like, we're, you know, because that's the thing that I want people to understand. I don't want people to look at it like it's a mad day link up or we all coming together because we had an issue with a person that we
I
all
feel
used to
like
be
the
friends
people
with.
who understand. Like the people,
Yeah, like I don't. That's the thing. I don't want nobody to think that because that's not what this is. Like we
that's
had our
true.
own relationship,
That's true.
so it's just like okay. I don't want nobody to think nothing negative about it. So I told Adrian. I said, well, I'm coming to Atlanta this weekend. You want to go out for like brunch or something like that? And he was like, yeah. And then I told Jamar, and then Jamar was down for it. And then, he came over to Jamar's house. We was chilling for a little while before we went. And then we had a good time. We went to brunch, we went to the mall. Like we had a good time.
Yeah,
and it just felt like we all agreed that this is a new chapter and we're just going to walk into this because we're all like in a different place in life. We're all like older, more mature, and this is just another chapter in life. Like we can come into this without any nervousness, or we can come into this not being so guarded and not being worrisome, because we really just, it was just one of those situations where we just really didn't know where we stood at all. Like it was weird. It was just one of those weird things where a person fuck with you, but you don't know that they fuck with you at all. So that's just what that was. So we just had a good time.
Yeah, we went all over the place too, and we ate that. What we had salmon.
Salmon. I had my salad, and that shit was slapping.
You did have a salad.
We had to go to the bar for the drinks, though.
And I will say this. I say, and to piggyback off of what Scotty said, it's not Mad Day because even though we don't speak to that person anymore, we all had love for that person at one time.
Yeah.
We did. And I feel like we just have, enough proof and class to just not just come up here and just read a bitch, like, because it don't require one.
It's not even worth it. It's like, I don't even want to invite that. I've just been, especially when that shit happened, I just realized how much of like how negatively I was seeing the world. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like to leave any kind of situation, any situation where toxicity is there and you're naive, fucking naive, or willfully blind, or when you leave that, you're like, wow, it's like taking off. I don't know how to describe it. It's like seeing the world in a different fucking dimension, and realizing how much other people's behavior influenced your own, or like how you see, like I said, how you see the world, how you see life. How I was focusing on things that were negative more than I do now. Now I'm focusing on positivity, and it feels better, and I think that people in any kind of friendship, relationship, any kind of it could be family too. When you get out of shitty, toxic, negative situations, you start to realize, like, damn, that was poisoning me. and I was letting it. So I'm just happy. Like, so that's what I'm saying. It's not even shade. That shit is so far in the past. It's about the future. It's about positive energy, beautiful energy in my life, and I'm so happy that I see it for what it is now, because child.
And like you said earlier, it's good that it happened the way that it did.
Yes.
I feel like there was a healing time for everyone to come out of that. And there was a time where we were separate, doing our own things. And then Scotty and I came together, did our thing for a while. And, you were out doing your, because I didn't know, or I forgot when I moved to Atlanta that you were here. I thought, when I was still following, that you were still living in Florida.
I didn't realize that you were here either, honestly. I don't know, because I feel like I can be kind of incognito-ish about some of the shit I be doing, like my life sometimes. One of my friends was like, Adrian, you should speak up more about your life and like put more of your life online. I'm like, maybe. But yeah, no, I didn't realize. We were so fucking close. Like in the city. In the city. I did not know that.
So I have a question for you both.
Okay.
We can close this chapter because y'all have more of a reaction or were affected by the situation much greater than I was. Because
the drunk social
it was nothing for me. What would you say was the greatest lesson coming out of that experience? What did you say you learned?
That's a good question.
I learned a lot. Scotty, you want to go first? Because
just learning not to hold on to stuff.
You
know what I'm saying? Because for a long time I held on to it. I was mad and stuff, and that was only because my feelings was hurt. You know what I mean? That's all it really was. But I learned to just let it go. Let everybody be happy and do their thing.
That's really good. I was going to say something I completely forgot. Oh, first one that I learned is what you see is what you fucking get, and when you see it, it's there. I don't know how else to say that shit, but what you see is what you fucking get.
When someone tells you they are, believe them.
And the second thing I learned is, let me try and say this. What they be saying? Don't feed the ducks. Don't feed the animals. What they say when you go visit some shit and they be like, they have some shit in cages. They have some animals in cages. They be like, don't feed the X, Y, and Z. Don't feed the.
I don't know.
If you had a zoo or some shit and they be like, bitch, we gonna feed these hoes that you see. Don't feed them. You know what I mean? Don't be
feed them. They come back.
Right. So that's my thing. Is just don't go back and forth with a bitch.
I think somebody had knocked at his door. So
okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I take from it. Don't feed the bears. Yeah. Don't go back and forth with a bitch who ain't got shit to lose. And it's been very clear. Like what you see, like I said before, what you see is what you get, and I ain't the only one. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it.
Absolutely.
And I ain't the only one. But I just want to reiterate that for me, this entire chapter for me has been about getting to know who I am. So the rest of the opinions about whoever, whatever, do whatever, it's like, all right. But for me, the most important thing is that I got to know more of myself, and I accept more of myself, and I accept less bullshit. Which has made me more willing to look at myself in the mirror because I've been around people who are not willing to do that.
Yeah.
And a follow-up would be, so now that we're in the present and you kind of are able to see your own potential, where do you think you see yourself with your creativity by this time next year?
Who's that directed to? Me?
Both of you.
Oh.
I really don't. I have no idea because, for the last couple of months, this has been the most my channel has been doing. So I only see it getting better than what it is. Like, it's growing, and I've been on here for a long motherfucking time now. It's just now starting to grow, and sometimes it takes a while for other people to really grow. It does take a while. So instead of kicking myself in the foot about it, I just got to keep doing what I've been doing to make it grow. That's all I can do. So I just see it being bigger and better as time goes by. That's all I see.
I like that. I think for me, what I want to maintain is authenticity to myself. So I don't know I think that's the beauty of it, is that I don't know what I will want to do creatively in a year, but I will just make steps towards whatever feels good and right, but I just feel I'm just so I don't want to say scattered, but I just feel like I want to try and do so many things. Sometimes it can be a detriment because it's hard to focus on to focus efficiently on one or two things. But creatively, I just want to do it all, try it all, and whatever sticks. And just work, like I said, work on being okay, accepting what I'm into at a particular moment in time, because we're always going to be fucking growing and changing. But yeah, whatever speaks to me, hopefully, is what I'll be doing in the year.
So somebody asked me a question, and I found it difficult to answer. And I feel like it's because kind of what Adrian says, like as creators, and I don't even realize like how many hands and different pots that sometimes we be in. We like to just try different stuff, or stuff that we've always may have wanted to try, but just never was vocal about it. So somebody asked me, with, all that you do, whether you're creator, musician, or what have you, that you have your hands in, what is your end goal? What ultimately are you trying to lead up to, if any at all? And I was like,
yeah, I would literally be like,
I answered it like this. I said, at whatever the case may be, because this can look, multiple different ways. I want to be able to make a living off of my creativity, my talent, and my personality, whatever that looks like, and that can encompass everything. So if somebody were to ask you, because that may be different, what would you say your end goal is for all the things that we do? Because for us to do what we do for free most of the time, especially the build up, to get to we're kind of established now where we can, make money and do things, like we have reach, we have a platform. But when you don't, and you're trying to do that groundwork,
it can be very discouraging. Yeah,
it's like, what would you say your end goal is? What do you want ultimately to happen or come from all your hard work from your years on YouTube?
I don't even know if it's like just YouTube, but in general, the end goal is, for me, my end goal is to wake up and create whatever the fuck I feel like creating, and doing it without a fucking worry in the world. And it not chasing views, not chasing nothing, like literally sit down and make whatever the fuck I want to. And my coin already spoken for, financial stability and creative freedom is what I want. Like whatever that looks like you said, financial stability in general, mental stability, and creative, yes, and creative freedom, like complete and total creative freedom. But yeah, I'm not someone who wants to be like super duper fucking rich. But I just think that it's so powerful when artists or creative people are able to just live life on their own fucking terms and do what the fuck speaks to them, especially because the entire world just benefits. Like every time people downplay creatives or it doesn't matter, musicians, whatever, pops, whatever. It's just like, I think back to the lockdown pandemic, and I think back to the lockdown pandemic, I'm just like, nobody would have survived without creatives. Y'all was in your house, stuck in your house, watching YouTube, watching TV, watching whatever, stuck in your house. So I think that, yeah, that's I'm about to go on a fucking rant, but that's my goal. That's my goal. That's my end goal.
Scotland.
I think that he pretty much said it all. Like, honestly, I feel like he has said it all, because I never really think about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because the biggest thing is financial stability. I think that's what everybody wants because, you know, a lot of us, well, I ain't gonna say us, but you know what I mean by a lot of us. A lot of us get on YouTube and then we get a certain amount of views, subscribers, a certain amount of money. And then a lot of people, you know, I feel like at the rate I'm going, I'm making more money on YouTube than I did before. But sometimes I feel as though it's like, okay, I enjoy doing YouTube. I hate my fucking job. Mm-hmm. So should I pull back on my day job and just focus more on this because it's growing so much? Or do I just continue doing what I'm doing, but not necessarily leave it alone altogether, but make it a part-time job and I can just do this more often and all of this other stuff. Cause you know, it's just, I feel like I could do a lot. Like I have done a lot better than I have in the past. I can't say that, but I always want to challenge myself to do more and get into different places. You know what I mean? So
I feel you. I think you should. I mean, it is very healthy to challenge yourself. I think you should do that while also acknowledging and celebrating what you have already done. You know, I feel like it might be easier to move forward when you're like, okay, I have something to stand on. I'm not just like, but sometimes, at least for me, sometimes when you like make content like this, it's almost like it's the next one. You got to make that, and you don't take the time to like, oh damn, like, oh, I did all that. So I think it's like a balance of that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now with, you know, YouTube being probably the biggest I think it's ever been, because people from YouTube are getting discovered and giving full-fledged careers, like Dondria, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande was an actress and she started singing on YouTube and she got signed. So I feel like that goes to shows like, girl, if you have talent or if you just want to do something, at this point in the way social media and society works, the only person stopping yourself is you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Because, and then you really just have to be open. I feel like you have to be very open to, you know, new opportunities, things that you may not have done before. Because I, you know, on YouTube was just so stuck on, okay, everything that I talk about has to be from TV, and that's going to be what has the most viewership. If it has the most viewership, people will more likely want to watch it on, you know, YouTube. And Scotty was like, you know, because I was watching him talk about this show that I had never heard of, never even bothered to talk about, but he was doing this Chasing Dallas show. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you should do the web reality stuff. And I remember being so hesitant, like, I don't feel like people are really going to fuck with that because it's on YouTube. People going to watch reviews of a YouTube show on YouTube. It didn't make sense. Mm-hmm. At the time, and then watching it, starting to review, you know, one particular show, moving to the next, on to the next, and the next. It and our show building what it has built. It's like, girl, and just from being in the vicinity of, okay, people that watch this show, there are people that watch this show that have their own businesses that see you and might say, hey, we see you doing this. Do you want to come be a part of our business? Because that's how I got into acting. I've never in my life would have said, oh, this is something that I want to do. I thought I might, but never like, girl, you know that thing that you want to do? You'd be like, girl, that's never, girl.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Exactly.
That's crazy because I do want to try acting too. I don't know if
and that's what I said. And then I did my first like full film. And the way that the whole thing happened was just by circumstance and the Lord. But doing it and then being in the theater. See, I wish I knew you, bitch. You could have came to the goddamn. Anyways, that's in the past. That's in the past. It's in the past. But Scotty can tell you, and I'm not. I hate to be, you know, that bullshit. I did that shit.
You did.
No, you got to say that you did that shit because you did that shit.
I was shocked at because I didn't see the finished product until everybody else saw the finished product. So I'm just like,
Listen, we were sitting in that premiere, and I was sitting right next to him, and I saw him playing a murderer. And I said, "You think you know somebody? You think you know somebody?" Like, I was in awe.
That's so amazing.
I'm like, look at my friend.
Like that's what you're saying, though. It ties back to what you're saying. Like, you just gotta get up and try, get up and do it. But that shit is easier said than fucking done. Like,
very much so.
Yes, it is. Most definitely, it is. Like,
if you already overthink as a person, it's like, am I gonna be okay? Is it gonna be good? Is it what if people? It's like, just try it.
Because it all just ties back into where me and Jamar were at that time. Because, like, we were over this whole YouTube thing. Let's just be real about it. Like,
I get it.
Let's just be all the way 100. Like, we were over it. Like, we didn't see it. Like, we were over it. Like, we didn't see it going nowhere. Like, I just felt like I was completely stagnant. I felt like I wasn't doing shit, because I really wasn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a lot going on in my life at that time when we were talking about that, because I think when we were together, I think I touched on it a little bit. I'm not sure. But during that time when me and Jamar came together to try to figure out what we were going to do, I was living in a hotel at the time. Like, me and my family lost our house. So we were practically homeless, living in a hotel with how you go from a 3-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms to 1 fucking room with 4 people in 1 bathroom, and everybody bunched up in the same room for 3 months straight. That was probably one of the roughest times of my life. Like, I was going through it. And that dude up there next to me, he was there for me throughout that whole thing. But I was going through it, like, suicidal, the whole shebang. I was going through a lot at that time. And I told Jamar, I said, when I get out of here, when I get out of here, it was like I was talking about I was in jail or something. Like, and I'm just sitting in the hotel room, but I'm like, when I get out of here, we really gonna try to do something with our platforms, because, like, we can't go into the new year with that. We really gotta get up off our ass and really try to do something with our platforms. And then it's like, I got out, we moved here, and then I started doing my videos. And then it's like we moved here the last week of February, and like 2 weeks later, the pandemic started. So it's just like, okay, COVID is starting. I mainly review TV shows. What the fuck am I gonna do now?
Yeah.
So I got into the gossip stuff. That helped me out. And then not only did we get into the gossip stuff, Jamar and I started this show. And then it went from being a show about pop culture and things like that to it being like an interview-based type show for like web series people, personalities, producers, singers, rappers, anything you can name that's LGBT. We brought them here. And it became something else for us. And like I told, we know that this particular show don't get all the views. It just depends on who the person is that we have up here, because let's be real, my audience ain't nothing but women. The gays don't look at me like that. So we got to be honest about it. So the shit we really talking about on here, they not going to tune in for, because they don't care. So it's just like, whatever. So we was talking, and we just, I think that's where everything began to start when we did this. And then, the web series and stuff came along, and Jamar started reviewing them. And then he was seeing even bigger numbers than I was when he was reviewing them. So that started. Then we kind of got a name a little bit. And then it's kind of like, okay, people in the web series feel they know us. Then Jamar moved to Atlanta, and it's like soon after he moved there, he hit the ground running. He started being in production for web series. He was acting. He was getting into a lot, and then doing this. He was doing a lot of stuff. So he is, right now he's not posting anything on his YouTube, but he don't have to.
But see, that's what I mean about like creative freedom. Like, I'm in a space to, I'm happy for what I build. Just like y'all are happy for what y'all build, but like, I want to be in that kind of space where it's like, if I want to do it, I'll do it. And if I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it if I don't feel like doing it. Because that's, to me, what the whole point of being a creative is. It's like listening to your fucking soul, you know? So I get that.
Yeah, you know, we in a place where it's like anything can happen for us at any moment. Like, that's where we at with.
And it's really going to be only up from here. And I think now what I've discovered is, and what we notice, like a lot of the people that we used to watch or that was so prevalent on YouTube aren't on YouTube anymore and have ventured out into doing different things. And I think part of growth is just allowing your creativity to have more than one outlet.
Yes.
Mhm.
You can have the YouTube thing because we're used to it, but then some people can venture off. If you're a gamer, go into Twitch. I ventured off into makeup. That is something else that I enjoyed, getting my creative outlet out. You know, talking about different TV shows with, you know, various people being on different panels. Like you get a lot of different aspects of your life out and find creative outlets through that. And I feel like if you just have just one, it feels stifling.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why a lot of the YouTubers that we, you know, we're familiar with don't really do YouTube nearly as much anymore, because it's like it doesn't fulfill the way it used to fulfill. It's like I'm growing, everyone's growing. 'Cause I don't think Adrian, you started doing music for real until after that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for real is definitely the add on to that. Like I didn't start doing it for real, like, or you know, now I'm in a place where I can hear something one day, like, bitch, give me the instrumental. I can go in my little closet and like whip up my, you know, FL Studio and record myself and do. But before I was never able to do no shit like that at all. So I see 100% what you're saying of like maybe when you're first starting, one is good enough to handle. Like one platform is like, all right, learn that. But then because you're creative, as you grow and master that, you're like, bitch, I want to try something else. Like, I want to do something else.
You can do that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, even because we was about to go to another platform, but child, that was a dud. We were supposed to go to Station Head, child.
I forgot all about
that. Like when you spent a decade on a platform, it's like, bitch, I just know this shit. Like I just know it. Not
right.
Learn another shit. It's like, and all my bitches are here. It's like,
it's like what the fuck are we doing?
I think that's another key. It has to feel organic, because when we first started this show, we kind of started with what we knew, pop culture, getting up here talking about celebrities, shows, or whatever. And then we were just like, this kind of feels the same. It wasn't really feeling like anything new. It didn't feel like that sense of, you know, excitement. And then we started conducting it as a form of interviews. And it was like, oh, this is fun. Like learning, like seeing somebody, you know, on a platform that, you know, where you've seen them, and then bringing them to like a stripped down, unedited version, and really getting to see somebody for who they are. It was fascinating. We did it again.
Yes, and again.
Yeah, it's kind of like when we did Boys Night Out. Like when we first started, the first part of it, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just up there, just doing some shit. Yeah. Then when we came back and did it the second time, we actually came together to do it the way we should. And it was better the second time than it was the first time. We learned from our mistakes.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Oh, shit.
Somebody got a question for you, Adrian.
Drunk socialist. Hey, what's up? That's Adrian if he still got beef with the Department of Education. They're not getting it from me either. Literally became a socialist. Yeah, I really wonder what they're going to do with that, because the repayments are set to start back up in August. And if these bitches are talking about monkeypox and COVID, and these bitches are talking about climate change and all this shit, and I just don't see a world where Biden needs to stop fucking playing. That is what I'm saying. Like, that's at the end of the day. Stop fucking playing. Delete that shit. Delete all that shit. The country has literally but think about it. Payments have been paused for the entirety of the pandemic, right? And the country been running fine, bitch.
Y'all don't need that money.
You don't need that money.
Y'all clearly don't need
And you shouldn't have gave tens of thousands to my motherfucking 20-year-old ass. If you plan to get that hoe back, bitch, bitch, these hoes wouldn't have even gave me a mortgage at that age, but them hoes gave me all that fucking coin. I mean, listen, I'm happy for education. I'm happy I did what I did. I got what I got, but it's preposterous. It's what they put students through, what they financially, whatever, all that shit, preposterous. Price of it's preposterous, and the fact that the professors and the teachers don't make a whole lot. A lot of them don't make a whole lot of fucking money in these universities. So it's just like, where's the coin going? Where's the coin going?
Yeah, well, really, where is it going? Honestly,
The athletic departments. Let me not even.
He said it, not us.
Talk about it.
Coaches. A lot of these coaches, especially at the the institution I went to, these football coaches, millions of fucking dollars. Like these hoes get money. Athletes don't get shit. I used to tutor athletes. I would be a part of their hectic schedule. They wake up early as fuck and go to sleep late as hell. And I mean, it was. I will really start ranting about the college system, but it's terrible. Yeah, but I still got beef with the Department of Education. If they want to see me, like I always say, if they want their coin back, they better look at my accounts because bitch, it's not there. So we both looking stupid.
Because baby, if you turn them payments back on, girl,
we both looking stupid. Hey, Nene, we both looking stupid.
I ain't got it.
I ain't got it.
Well, I'm glad I'm done with mine. Well, I didn't stay.
You done with yours?
I mean, I didn't stay in school long enough anyway. So I mean,
fuck it, girl, fuck it.
Like Obama just paid his off.
Literally, fuck it.
I'm not about to pay y'all $200-300 a month for 30 years. No.
The thing is, a lot of times people will pay that, and they will have paid the amount that their loan was, but still owe more because of the interest rate and because of what the predatory shit that they got going on. So it's just like, just get out of my face. I'm pretending like it don't exist.
Just erase, because I haven't thought about it. My shit has been in forbearance for like 2.5 years, and it might as well stay that way. It's not my budget anymore.
Oh my god!
Literally, how you're going to take a whole entire bill away from me while I'm 2 years and I gotta work that whole back of my budget again? Okay,
not right. And then I'm looking at you raggedy state of Georgia, because you are putting our rent up by $200 every damn year.
Every fucking year. Every year.
So if y'all not gonna make sex work legal, then I don't want to.
Bitch, I put on a ski mask in a minute, bitch. I'm going to put on a ski mask.
Not the ski mask.
I'm telling you, if Biden start those, you think I'm playing? If Biden start those loans up again in August, I'm putting on a ski mask and I'm getting on OnlyFans, bitch. It's giving incognito headless torso, bitch.
Oh my god!
I'll send some feet pics to some old man.
Okay.
And I don't
want no feet pics.
Judge me, because judge me. Let me show y'all my lease.
I cannot with y'all.
Because y'all want all the increase in all this market shit, but guess I'm not making no additional money.
That's not wonder. They ain't raising the wages. Okay, we'll see. It's gonna be. I just want to see what's gonna happen in 5 years, because if they gonna keep pressing on these hoes, they gonna keep pressing on the general population, and they don't think nothing gonna happen. Like, I mean, I guess not, because anytime something go wrong in France, them bitches be in the streets tearing shit up. So I don't know. Maybe we need to do that shit.
Y'all trying to, because people, especially people that are parents, when they have to feed their children, they're gonna start doing anything they can to feed their children.
I mean, yeah, and feed themselves too. You know, like after a while, basic human fucking instinct takes over, and like a bitch got to eat. So,
period.
What the government think about to happen? So, whatever.
Y'all trying to
Period.
I want to do loan forgiveness, gas going up, rent going up, wages.
Oh Lord, don't
wages
even get me
ain't
started
going
on the gas, child.
Yeah,
I
bitch,
was
I
at
seen some shit that said $4.69.
I was just about to bring that up, bitch.
I was like, what?
I said $4.
Somebody said them bitches start looking like GPAs. Like I'm just like, bitch, it's higher than a 4.0. Oh, it's GPAs with weighted A's. It's like it's like honors GPAs because the bitch is higher than 4.0.
Advanced placement, bitch.
Yeah.
I went to LA last weekend. You don't want to know what they shit look like.
$6? $6?
It's a smooth low of $5.89, and at most, when I was in downtown, that shit said $7.14.
Oh,
You
no, ma'am.
Lying to
No,
me.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
It's not remote. Fire me.
You will have to do everything remote. You will have to work remote. You're gonna have to do Instacart. Have to order your groceries online, child. You're gonna have to do everything to keep from driving.
We want to get to the point. We're gonna go back to sexting. We're gonna go back to doing what you wear. Okay, FaceTime.
Y'all gonna have to FaceTime, strip on FaceTime, and get your nut that way. Cause child, no ma'am.
Girl, you're gonna have to talk about what you're doing to me because we can't do it.
It's giving bitch is giving social. Kiss me through the phone.
Look, Soldier Boy was onto something back in
He definitely was. He must have foreseen this.
Baby. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, you should be happy you're not still there then.
Babe, look, that's why I said, bitch, the Lord knew where I need to be. However, Atlanta's starting to look very familiar to
Atlanta's
starting to look very familiar. Because I feel like Atlanta was like the secret. It was in the South.
It was in the South. It was a city.
But Atlanta had Tyler Perry. Atlanta had all these celebrities that were living here. Missy, Trina. Well, not Trina. What's the other girl? Light skin. This like T.I.
Monica.
Low-key celebrities that live here. And it has like all this value and opportunity that the world didn't know about. It was like the world just thought it was all about New York, LA, DC, and like Miami or some shit. But girl, now the girls are caught on, and everybody and their mama that moved into fucking Atlanta.
And they're just like, bitch, we gonna raise the rent. I wonder how Atlanta's gonna look like in even 1 year or 2 years. Like, absolutely insane. Absolutely.
You're gonna move your ass out to fucking Marietta, Clarkston, Decatur.
And bitch, listen, we make another city out there, bitch. I'm telling you. But yeah, definitely.
That's making me scared to move out there now.
They don't play. I'm just like, girl, my rent when I first came at the beginning of 2021, I'm like, this is perfect.
It was perfect for me.
Absolutely. Now I might as well have stayed my ass in Los Angeles. At this point.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. So at this point, accepting sugar daddy applications.
Hello.
Will send feet and whole pigs.
Not. You know what?
And I'm not joking.
I know you're not. That's why I'm laughing.
How did you go from the foot to the hole? There should be a
hole. That's where they be going.
There should be a middleman.
And that's the Jamaican peen. So definitely accepting applications. You said going to move to Alabama.
There's not a whole lot of rich men around here that are old, that ain't got nobody to talk to.
So I can talk. Let's talk. Can we talk? Let's talk. Ain't got nobody to talk to.
Okay, but I ain't doing much else now. Don't get too.
Sugar daddy gonna want some sugar now.
Okay. Well, do you want the total? Do you want the full crane? Do you want the Splenda?
Splenda ain't sugar now.
Bitch, you don't know that. Shit.
I live outside of ATL, and my area is getting flooded with people moving here to avoid the high rent costs. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's giving outside the perimeter.
Honestly, I've been here and it's kind of getting higher and higher. It's not really going to benefit us to move because we're going to spend all this moving cost to go somewhere, and then the crime rate's more likely going to be higher. You're going to get less value for your money, and so it's like, what do I do?
What do we? Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Lordy. That's all I can really say about that.
But I mean, come on, Scotty. We don't want to deter you from moving to.
Y'all got me scared, honey.
Oh, child.
But at least we want to give you a warning, okay? Just because, child, I had a tough time looking for something when I was still in LA, trying to find something. I looked at someplace, maintenance is shit, crime all over the place, cars getting broken into, vermin everywhere. I'm like,
yeah, it's about to be an interesting next couple of years. I just want to see what's going to happen. I want to see what's going to be the breaking point. I just want to see what people are going to do because bitches cannot survive like this. Like it's just they can't. Like people can't. So I want to know what's going to happen.
It's not going because y'all ain't gonna move us out to fucking Alabama and shit.
Yeah,
take us out to the whole state of Georgia.
Bitch, get the fuck out of here. They gonna be like, bitch, your poor ass. They gonna look at us like, bitch, your poor ass. You can't get the fuck out of here.
You already know that. You couldn't afford the big city, huh?
Okay.
That's why I'm hoping that, in divine timing, because it feels good when you start to, we all have our like 9 to 5s or things that we do to keep the lights on. Mm-hmm. But there's a certain sense of dopamine when you get to make some coin off the things that you actually enjoy doing.
Yes.
Like the first film that I did, I had a supporting role, so I got the supporting role cost. And then when we do other things where we are the lead, we get the lead. The lead. Period. Period. So, it's a wonderful thing to feel like your passion projects are starting to build upon themselves. They're starting to get in front of people. That starts to open more opportunities for you to make money, which is why it's very rare that I'll be like, no to something, especially if I'm like, if I can fit it in my schedule to where I don't feel overwhelmed, I'll take it. But sometimes,
yeah.
The answer is no. Like, the answer is no. And it just takes time to sort of differentiate and feel like what your limits are, so that you don't overexert yourself and end up going backwards and putting yourself in further debt. Because people that are watching that may want to get into this and do what we do because of how it looks glamorous, it looks great, we have a great time. You're going to have a lot of time where you have expenses but no income.
Yeah, I feel like anybody who freelances, any creative, anybody who does shit like that, like gigs, there's gonna be
right
ups and downs of shit. So,
which is why, as much as I hate it, I still got my job. But I hate it.
It's all of that is understandable. Like all of it.
It's like today I made a tweet early. I'm like, should I quit or just go down to part-time? Because I hate that place. Like, it's like people would say, like, go find something else. But then you think about it, because I travel so much. well, who else gonna let me take all these days off every month to fly where I want to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, who else gonna let me do that?
I think that if you reach a breaking point, because I told my sister this too, because she was in a place where it was just not giving, and I was just like, sis, you are just like me. That if you don't plan for your breaking point, bitch, you gonna break. You gonna cut somebody out in there. You gonna quit. You gonna wake up one day and quit that bitch. So what I told her was like, plan for it. Because if you want to switch, plan for it. Or you already talking about part-time. So maybe that could be one avenue that you explore, especially if you can get your full back, if anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I hate it.
You really
like I literally hate it. Like Jamar calls me all the time, and I just be on the phone on the floor at work. And I really don't care. Like Jamar be on the phone with me sometimes, and he'll be like, "Bitch, what you doing? Headed to work? Should you been at work like 30 minutes ago? Yep, I'm just not leaving the house."
Oh yeah, you really hate that bitch. You really hate that bitch.
Like I hate it. Every
think,
second of the word.
I think you do what's best for you, child. Do what's best for you.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I've been there too long. I've been there this year made 5 years of me being there.
Okay.
So, when I first got there, I only took that job because I had just lost one. So I needed a job. But then when I seen them 6-month raises and my money looking better than the last job and things of that nature, I'm like, oh, okay, I can deal with this.
Like I can deal with that.
As time went on, I'm like, this is not for me.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just like I do it because it pays my bills. Because I actually had a plan to just quit back in February. But because I was taking care of my mom until she got her retirement money and stuff, I'm like, I can't just quit right now. I gotta wait a while.
I see.
But I'm determined that this is my last year. I really am. Like, I don't want to. Like, I can't do it again. Like, I hate it so much. Like, while I'm there, I'm taking a trip every fucking month.
Is it specific, child? I don't want to get you caught up now. But is there specific things about the job that's annoying? Is it the people? Is it the things that you're required to do?
I work in retail.
Understandable.
And so that's a bitch within itself. Like, you can come in there with the best attitude, but then you got to work with people.
Yeah.
That got fucked up ass attitudes. And then they energy rubs off on you.
Ass attitudes.
Yeah. And then when you get home, you're drained. And B Bunny, that's my job right now, child.
Oh wait. Oh, I see.
But I think what it is like we have to spend so much of our time at a place or doing an activity that we don't get any fulfillment from
at all. It'd be the same shit every day.
We have to.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have extra money to put into our passion projects of the things that we do want to do.
Yeah.
So we are just
things about like being a creative in general. It's just like, I don't know, but that's why the way I view work or employment is I don't shade nobody for what the fuck they doing because bitches out here, bitch. If you sell pussy, you sell it. If you work at a store or whatever, you work in retail, that's what the fuck you do. If you're online, you're online. Like, I don't know. It's already so hard to make to earn coin and make a living and to do what you want to do that like creatives already. First of all, it costs coin to make shit as a creative a lot of times.
To get quality.
True.
Which is what people don't understand. Let's get into that real fast.
Exactly.
That's what people don't understand sometimes. Like, they be wanting this and that from you. Like, he need to get a better camera. He need to get some better lights. He need to get a green screen.
Okay, so if I put up a Kickstarter, y'all going. If I put up my cash, y'all going.
If I put up a GoFundMe, y'all gonna say I'm begging. Y'all gonna say I'm begging. So you either gonna have to work with what I got for now and shut the fuck up, because I'm trying to do my best. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just shell out money for this shit when I got other bills to pay.
You have bills.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the time when people were saying that to me, my YouTube was making money, but not the way it's making money right now. Like, it wasn't making that much money for me to be going out, buying cameras, buying all that other shit that they wanted me to buy. Now, I can buy it if I want to now, but I choose not to. I'm good with what I got.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like the people who understand, like I said, the people who understand you, and they ain't gonna be pressing you for no shit like that. The people who don't will be pressing you for that shit. You buy the shit, and when you can't pay the bills, they be the same ones talking about, they be the same, ooh, bitch, ooh, see, he can't see. That's why,
Y'all gotta work with me, chat. I be like, y'all got to work with me. Like, I like, y'all got to, because I got bills, I got other stuff going on, like.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like, people do follow you for your personality. And I know, like, obviously everybody wants to be presented well and look good and got cameras and all this, but people follow you for y'all's personality.
Yeah, it's the personality before anything.
Yes. Because boring bitches got beautiful cameras, bitch, and they still boring, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, they still fucking boring. You know.
Let me spill some tea, and this is gonna be a ministry for y'all. Y'all gonna understand this, but let me open up the door for the people that watch and aren't creatives. Let me let y'all in on how our lives usually go.
Shit.
You better say it.
We all have our 9 to 5. That's one thing that we have. Okay, we all have our 9 to 5 to keep our bills paid. The difference that we do is once that 9 to 5 is over, now we do our 5 to 9, which is YouTube, painting. We're making calls to try to sell our some product that we want to sell to our merchants or vendors. We're doing all this extra work after a full day of work that we don't want to do. We have another full day of work to put energy back into our passion projects. And then that's a daily cycle almost, but we still need me time for our mental space. We still need to call our families. We still need to maintain friendships with those families and friends. We still need to travel. We have all of the responsibilities of adulthood and the shit that we don't want, but we still have to make time, energy, money for our passion projects that we have no guarantee will ever even pay off.
Right.
But we do it anyways because we enjoy it, and we have the faith that we have the talent. We have the faith that we have the experience to one day be able to put in that 2-week notice of that job that we hate, to sign the dotted line of that company that wants to pay us for just being us.
Period.
Can I get an amen?
You definitely said that shit.
Period. Because it's like, and that's exact look, like, people really don't understand that. Like, and then my schedule isn't set. So I have to deal with it based off of my schedule. So it could be a night where, like, tomorrow, I got to work from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. When I get home at 9 and I know I got to be right back up the next morning to be at work at 9 a.m., I got to do a video. I got to do a video or two, and it's going to be up to about 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going to get that much sleep. So by the time I get up, I'm tired as fuck going to work. Like, this week right here, though, I didn't give a damn. Like, Tuesday, I had to be up at 4 in the morning because I had to be at work at 5. I got off at 2. I had every intention on making a video or whatever when I got home. I laid in the bed, and I guess my damn body said, "Nah, bitch, you finna lay here." Because when I laid in that bed, my legs and shit got the aching, my whole body got the aching, and I got sleepy. And it's one of those feelings that when you laying in the bed, you just can't get up.
Mm-hmm.
and I want my ass to sleep. It was 2:30. I didn't wake up till 6. I had a 4-hour nap.
Damn.
I must have needed that.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? So this week I did not put out much content this week because I was fucking tired. Like I was tired.
I mean, I think your people, when your people is your people, they will understand, and your people is not gonna want you to like hurt yourself to make some shit. And what I know from my experience, because there'll be sometimes where I'm like, bitch, you need to make some shit, you need to do some shit, you need to make some, but like when it comes naturally is the best time. So if I feel like I have to force some shit with creativity, a lot of times it's best if I just wait until things come to me. If that makes sense, you know.
Well, before we get out of here, you guys, if you got any questions for us, you can put it in the chat. Please don't be messy.
Okay, just a little bit. I felt like we danced the goddamn.
We did
around that other topic, child.
We did. We did a good job.
We did a good job at that, child. Because people listen.
We did a good job. It was great. It was good. That's not even the point of it. The point is like the future.
Yeah, like because because like the three of us said, we knew we would have to touch on it just a little bit. But we wasn't gonna make this whole video be about that. Like, nah, like this ain't finna be no whole bashing shit. Like, nah, we ain't finna do that.
And I love how I feel like had we tried to do this initially when we wanted to do it like in 2016, 2017, it would have been a full bash on
Yeah, it would have been.
But now that we've gotten older, it has been so much more time, and we probably look at it from a different perspective. It's like that sucked.
It did.
Look where I am now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at the lessons that it's taught me.
Yeah, and look at the pitfalls that I can avoid now that I know was T. Adrian, what are some of your biggest goals for your brand, TV show, movies, etc.? That's such a fucking good question.
You said you wanted to try acting, so
I do. Now
that you know me, I know some places that will.
Okay.
Auditions.
So that, and also I need to get my ass on these stages. I need to start. I have been saying this though, but I need to start performing. And I think I said this already, but I need to start performing like my music and shit. Like I need to start performing it. I think I'm just really nervous to do it, and that's one of the reasons why it's taking me so long. I'm trying not to be hard on myself about that because a lot of times when it needs to happen, it will happen. I'll be like, all right,
yeah,
that's up, like But that's definitely one thing I would love to do. I don't know how it's gonna work with all this shit in the world going on now.
What you need, and this is what kind of helped me, is because I think music is something that we all share and have like a love for. Because even my first time in the studio, it was like. And what it took to really, bring yourself is just to have people around you that really push you and support you. A lot of times that, negative thought, oh, I can't, and it's gonna be like, no, this is good. We want to see you do, you need people around you that push you to be like, girl, do it. And while you're up there, while you're feeling nervous, we're gonna be like,
yes.
Period.
I have a lot of people that would say, I told you, one of my friends, you and her would really.
Okay.
Which one?
Tell it.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
I see it. I definitely see it.
We're gonna get now you and me now. Sure. I know lots of performers and people that get on stages all the time. So I'm just gonna go I'm over here. You already have the look. You already have the songs already available for people to get into.
Yes.
So I'll just put you on the stage.
And you have a platform already. And a solidified fan base.
The groundwork is done.
Right.
It's just like getting up
out here on these
doing it.
You just got to get around the right people to really push you to the next level.
Yeah, and the reason why I even know that I want to perform is because one of my friends, Ocean, he was performing. He was like at this event. He was like, "Do you want to come out and perform with me?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I want to do it." And so, oh damn, they're gonna hate me when I say this. So they say I'm Aries because I'm April 19th, but I'm not somebody who's like really into the astrology shit. I let y'all have it though. I'm not, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm into it. I'm just not. but it's April 19th. Did Adrian see he made the Smash Rap Pass list? What do you mean?
I don't know what they talking about.
The TTV one, because you know they did
that. The what TV one?
There was.
They did that. He made that list.
I don't know if it was that one. That's the only one that I know of.
Oh, it's a YouTuber by the name of TTB. He's really big in LGBT thing or whatever.
It was TTB. I don't think it was. I think it was actually Brandon and Aaron.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch it.
Or did they smash? I mean,
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Just because I made the list don't mean they smashing that.
I'm sure they smashed it.
Huh? I wouldn't known it, so I didn't have a chance to get smashed. So.
I love this. I'm glad y'all got together tonight. I hope y'all do this again. Really, we had to break the ice, even though we did it in person. We did it already in person. We did it already over the phone. Yeah. Like we already broke it, and we already broke the ice. But we knew after we posted that picture, we knew we would have to do this.
Yes.
So we already knew we had to do this. So, let me see. Where was we at? What do you feel about people ghosting you? I had to listen. Don't get me started on people ghost, because bitch, listen. These days you'll get your ass ran over with a car. Like fucking with me. It's gonna take you. I do not like being ghosted.
I got into the habit of not expecting things from people. I expect very little, especially from human beings with a penis. I expect very little from them.
That's the best way to be.
If they actually commit and do what they said they're going to do, oh, okay, work. And then when they don't, it's like, well, I was already prepped for you to disappoint me. I was prepared for you to disappoint me. So I already made plans, as a backup. So
will we get a meet and greet from all three guys? That would be nice.
That'd be cute.
You talking about like an event?
I don't know if they're talking about an event or not. I guess they just
like a cute meet and greet.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I mean, especially like we just go.
What should we call it?
I don't know, but it would be nice though.
The Three Musketeers.
Not the Three Musketeers.
Y'all missed my shade. We'll call it
What kept y'all going these past 2 years?
I'm not gonna play with you, man.
Fried chicken, Jesus.
What kept me going? Weed.
Ooh.
Tequila.
Ooh.
Niggas.
I don't know about the third one, but the first two.
In certain, aspects, niggas.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. And all that you've grown from the ground.
And just, knowing that you just have to, when you forget, you have to remind yourself that you're a bad bitch, and that's it.
That's on period.
It takes a while to get there, to be honest.
It does.
It does. I'm just getting to that point. So take it from me. I'm just now getting there. But wait a minute. I'm gonna look at this one. Then we're gonna wrap it up. Okay. It says, "I love y'all formula together." Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, before we go, any closing words, you guys? Because I feel like we have said everything we needed to say to each other behind closed doors and all this other stuff, but I guess we should say it in front of everybody. But I just want to say that I start off by saying I'm still, even though it's been almost a month since I've seen you, since we all hung out, it's still, I still can't believe that it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still can't believe that it happened because, like I said before, I was just happy that you were open to even, hanging with us or getting with us or just talking to us, because we just, like we said before, we just never knew how you felt about us. Like, we didn't know how to approach it. And it was just and like I said, it was just a weird situation for all of us involved. So we really didn't know, because when me and you talked, it was like, I mean, I was wondering if you and Jamar didn't like me anymore. And we thought you didn't like us no more. Like we really did not know. So when we finally came together and we just talked and really got things on the table and just really had a good time with each other, and then we just all said that this is a new chapter. Like, we're going to support each other. We're going to continue on rebuilding our relationship with you and everything else. That was it. That was everything. That's the best thing I could have got. Yeah. So, it was, we even got a group text now. So you already know now. So, but one of y'all can say y'all closing words before we go.
My closing words are, girl, you live under 20 minutes from me. So, like,
let's get it cracking.
What's the tea?
Let's get it
cracking. I echo a lot of what Scotty said. I'm very glad that this happened when it happened. I think, had it happened any sooner, it could have been a different thing, could have had a whole different energy. But because when I think about who I was back then,
listen,
in my 20s, terrible. But yeah, like I'm so glad that this happened the way that it did, because we really were thinking about it for such a long time. We were thinking about what the things that we would talk about and how we would, address the elephant in the room and sort of move on past it and kind of keep going. So it's really dope. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're local.
Yes.
And since now that I know the things that you, girl.
Yes.
Girl, I'm going to start inviting you to places.
Yes, please do.
People.
Please do. Yeah, I guess my closing thoughts are, growth is not, it's not always easy, and it's not always predictable. But when it happens, and I embrace that it happens. I think that's where I come from. Like, I'm so happy that this happened, like the connection happened and we reached out, even though we was like tiptoeing around. Like, I'm just I'm so happy that it happened. And I agree with everybody, like, it happened when it was supposed to happen, because the energy is exactly right, But yeah, in general, I would say, like, everybody, including myself, like, just trust what you see, like, trust your feelings, trust yourself, and explore that, and be okay with other people being uncomfortable with you doing that. If that means that you have peace and you don't have toxicity in your life and you have positive energy in your shit, I think that's kind of my wrapping up thoughts.
They saying now we got to get Scotty local. It's just like it's just like I'm local. I'm always there. I'm gonna be there in a few weeks.
Right now.
Exactly.
Rude. Oof. Y'all see, listen, I don't be doing nothing. I just ask the questions and I get ripped off.
It's the playing the victim for me. Like, that's what I be talking about right there. It's the playing the victim for me. Like,
don't look around, bitch. You speak English.
It ain't got nothing to do with this. Absolutely nothing to do with this. Nothing.
You saw the bullshit happen first.
I said, I pretend I do not see.
But yes, y'all, we're gonna do this again at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be like a prelude type of thing, but we're gonna do another live together again. Like, Because now we're what you say, Jamar?
Boys Night Out comes back.
Oh yeah, when Boys Night Out comes back, because everybody been saying they wanted like for a long time. Like when we first posted that picture, they were saying that Adrian should be a part of Boys Night Out because we do Boys Night, like we on hiatus from it right now, but we coming back in July, and it's like a bi-weekly all boys panel that we do, and I think you will be good for that.
Hey, okay, I'm here for it.
So I'm pretty sure that he'll be a part of it some kind of way. So y'all will see him up there. Like, listen, we was dead serious when we said it's a new chapter. So just like you see me and Jamar all the time, you're gonna see Adrian too. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't say it enough. It's a new chapter. The energy is amazing, and I gotta echo everything that Jamar said in Adrian. It happened at the right time.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, it's a new dawn.
So you know,
it's a new
but we had over 100 people up in here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this like we did. We was pretty much regurgitating what we've already talked about, but I hope y'all enjoyed it and everything else. It just goes to show the category of this is growth.
Yes,
that's all this is.
Yes.
The category is growth. We were three people that were once friends with one another, and we kind of went our separate ways, but we came back together and it took divine timing for us to do it, but we did it, and now we're here. You know what I'm saying? So
we are sisters.
But we'll be back. Me and Jamar be back next week, though. We'll be back next week because we'll be interviewing Aaron Thomas from Chasing Atlanta next week. Being that my internet is down, I did not have the thumbnail yet because my internet down. So whatever. But yes. With that being said, y'all, we're out here for real, and we will see you guys at another time. Bye, y'all.